So we're live already. Good afternoon, everyone, and it is my joy to welcome every one of us to this special edition of the Administrators Hub. My shout out goes out this afternoon to every woman on this call.
Opened. No audio.
Okay. Can you hear me?
You
Can you hear
went
me
off for
now?
like few. Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone, and it's my privileged honor to welcome every one of us. I think I'm trying to remove the echo. Okay. I'm getting an echo somewhere. Thank you so much. Okay, I think yes.
There's no echo.
I think we can start now. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. Again, let me say good afternoon to everyone as I welcome every one of us to this very special edition of the Administrators Hub. As we all know, yesterday was the International Women's Day. And this month at the Administrators Hub, taking cognizance of the women in our midst, we'll be having this special edition dedicated to every woman that is on the call this afternoon and every woman that is out there. It is on this note that I want to welcome every one of us to this special edition of the Administrators Hub. Yesterday at my workplace, we had great fun. And when I say great fun, I mean fun. We had two people who came to talk to us. There was a lady who came to challenge us. That's the way I would describe it. And she said, every year we keep talking about being included, being recognized, and all of that. And she asked us the question, what are we doing as female to ensure that we're included? I'm sure that when we get event known, when we get further into this event this afternoon, Dr. Mercy Agumadu will be doing justice to that. And then came the a medical practitioner who spoke to us about the aging process and how we are to manage it. It's an inevitable process, and but when we know how to manage it, we will enjoy the process a lot more. All in all, it was a beautiful time. And if you're with us on this call this afternoon, you can just put on a comment, letting us know how you celebrated the International Women's Day at your place of work amongst your friends and all of that. You're just letting us know what happened yesterday. But like I said, on my own end, it was a lot of fun. And it is on this note that this afternoon, I want to welcome every one of us to this special event. Again, my name is Adefunke Folaoyinloye. I'm the host and the convener of the Administrators Hub. And We meet every month to share experiences. Our motto is learning, unlearning, and relearning. And we meet every month in our knowledge sharing event series to share knowledge on how to get better on administrative practices. This month, just like I've mentioned earlier on, we're dedicating it to the women. And before the men begin to complain and say that, what about them? We promise them that the 19th of November 2024, we'll be having a very special edition for them as well in commemoration of the International Men's Day. The International Women's Day is celebrated on March 8th of every year. And for this year, that was yesterday. And the campaign theme for the year was Inspire Inclusion. And what is this talking about? It truly reflects the agenda behind annually celebrating the International Women's Day. It looks at projecting the women folk for recognition, for inclusion, and celebration, not just because we are women, but because we are truly shaping our world in the different spheres and fields of endeavors where we have found ourselves. And so the International Women's Day generally projects what we do and what we can do and what the future holds for us so that we can enjoy inclusion. The truth of the matter is that a lot of women have already broken the glass ceiling in their professions. This afternoon, we have two women who have broken the glass ceiling in their professions, and they have been diligently selected to speak to us on two topics. The first woman will be speaking to us, who is an IT expert, Mrs. Olaide Olabode, will be speaking to us on the woman administrator and her disposition to innovation and technology, impact on emerging opportunities, while Dr. Mercy Agumadu will be speaking to us on valuing up. And I can assure you that you will be challenged by their presentations. As a woman, you will be prodded to do more. And as a man, you'll be encouraged to support the women in your life to do more. And that is why nobody should miss any part of this event today. Let me say that gone are the days when women attain greater heights because there is a quota that is assigned to them, whether they deserve it or not. Gone are the days when women are accused blatantly of getting to the top because they have warmed somebody's bed. Today, women are included because we compete favorably and even above expectation wherever we are found. And I'm sure that our menfold here would want to confirm this submission this afternoon. It is, I was once privileged to be with a big business owner, and he said to me, and one or two other persons with us, and he said, I prefer to engage women to run my organizations because they deliver on their assignments. And I think this is rather a very heartwarming statement to come to us from a woman. Without any doubt, we want to continue to hear such remarks about us because, however, we cannot hear these remarks except we choose to follow and tread certain paths, follow certain patterns, and then embrace certain values so that we can hear more of those compliments. And that is why we're doing what we're doing this afternoon. Let me state emphatically that we as women are not in competition with the men. However, what we're doing is doing our best in agreement with our Creator who has created us to be nothing but the best. And so this afternoon, I just want us to sit back and listen as we go into this edition, this special edition of the Administrators Hub meeting. And I'm sure that we will have the best of time. At some point during this meeting, we'll be posting the announcement for this meeting, and it contains what we do, how you can join the Administrators Hub on the platform, the WhatsApp platform, how you can become a member of the Administrators Hub, and all other links that talk about the things that we do on this platform. We will not be wasting our time at all this afternoon, and I'll quickly go into the introduction of our first facilitator for the day. Our first facilitator for today is Mrs. Olaide Olabode, and she's a distinguished dynamic IT professional with over 15 years of expertise in IT technical support, help desk operations, and customer support. In the pursuit of her assignment, she's known for exemplary problem-solving skills, excellent communication, and commitment to customer service. With a commitment to excellence, Olaide, who is a graduate of electronics and telecommunication engineering, is an alumnus of the Women Techstar, an initiative of technology for social change and development, Tech for Dev. She's also an associate member of the Computer Professionals of Nigeria, CPN, and a member of Women in Information Technology, NCS Women Wing. Olaide is a tech enthusiast, which inspires her to venture into personal development goal of upskilling with certificates in data analysis, cybersecurity, valuing business analysis, and Scrum Master product management. Our profile reflects a passion for excellence and a dedication to driving innovation in the tech support space. Olaide works with the Lagos State government, and she is the mother of 2 lovely young adults. And let me say that I can attest to that fact. This afternoon, we have with us Mrs. Olaide Olabode. And as I said earlier on, she'll be speaking to us on the topic, the woman administrator and her disposition to innovation and technology impacts on emerging opportunities. If you're on this call this afternoon, can you please put your hands together as we welcome Mrs. Olaide Olabode for our presentation.
Okay. Good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. Good afternoon, good day. As you have heard, this is Olaide Olabode, and I'm glad to be and excited to be on this call this afternoon. I'm privileged to be taken hold by my hands by my big sis that has introduced me. It's far way back. I think this is over 20 years connection, and then finding me and saying we are on this call together. I really grant it a great privilege to be here this afternoon to bring to us this topic on innovation, the woman administrator at disposition to innovation and technology, the impact on emerging opportunities and inclusion. Please, can we see my screen?
We have not seen it. I guess it's coming up. You may want to go ahead just in case the I guess there's a little challenge with the, is that it? With sharing your slide. Wow. Ms. Olabode, are you still there with us? Looks like she's no longer there on the call. Well, while we wait for Mrs. Olabode to join us, looks like she is no longer on the call. We'll be waiting for her to join us. Can we please, if you're listening to us this afternoon and you're a woman or a man that is in support of women, can you please put on the comment box how you celebrated the International Women's Day? Like I said earlier on, at your place of work, amongst your friends, wherever you were yesterday. Can we see it on the comments how you celebrated the International Women's Day? I shared with us what happened at my own end, how we had two speakers to come and speak with us. And one of the reasons why I'm wearing my natural hair this afternoon is actually because of one of the things that I had yesterday. The reality of growing, the reality. Oh, she said she lost her internet connectivity. Sorry, she said she lost her internet connectivity. Okay, let me find out if she's able to join in immediately. And one of the things the medical practitioner told us was we must begin to live with the reality. I think she's back. We must begin to live with the reality. No problem at all. While you were away, we began to talk again about yesterday and what happened.
Okay.
And I said, people should just put on their call. Yes. Thank you so much. I said they should put on the call the things that they did yesterday at their place of work. But now that Ms. Olabode is back, I guess we can go back to our presentation for today. Over to you, Mrs. Olabode.
All right, thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. That's the topic before us. It said the woman administrator and her disposition to innovation and technology, impacts on emerging opportunities and inclusion. So I want to open with this opening statement that says empowering women. Are we together on the same page?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Empowering women in technology isn't just the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do. Innovation happens when we embrace diversity and inclusion. And so I have this outline definition of terms, understanding the concept of disposition and its impacts on fostering innovation. Okay, don't let me bore you with that. Let's go to some definition of terms. Who is the woman administrator? A woman administrator typically refers to a female professional who holds a position of authority or management within an organization or a government entity. This role can encompass a wide range of responsibilities, titles, depending on the specific context, sector, and level of organization. That is the woman administrator. Anybody can, a woman can be, a man can be, but in this context, we are talking about a woman administrator. So holding the position of authority or the position of management, that means you are the one piloting the affairs of that organization. And what is innovation? Innovation involves the creation of new methods, products, or ideas that can drive progress, improvements within a specific industry or field. While technology refers to the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, leading to advancements in various aspects of human life and businesses. These are the definitions before us. I want to humorously say the technology definition of a legend in the Afrobeat industry, and that is Fela Anikulapo Kuti. He said technology is technology. Simply in the context that he defines it, is just saying automation. If we look at it, he said technology. He said they were just using big grammar to confuse us. That is technology in the real sense of it. And then, what is our disposition? Understanding the concept of our disposition. and its impacts on the woman administrator. The disposition of a woman administrator plays a significant role in navigating the challenges and barriers she faces in fostering innovation. Yes, technology has come with us, has come to stay with us. We cannot shy away from it. And as women administrator, our disposition to this plays a pivotal role. How we're going to achieve in our position as administrators. Number one of that disposition is our attitude. Like we said, as the convener said while introducing, he said, if we must, he said, a speaker came yesterday to talk to them and he challenged them. If we must talk about inclusion, what is our attitude to development, to innovation? When they bring new idea as a woman administrator, are you on the fence or are you positive about it? So I want to talk about attitude. He said a positive and forward-thinking attitude is essential for creating an environment conducive to innovation. If you must bring up innovation into your role as a woman administrator, you need a positive attitude. You must be forward-thinking. You must have a growth mindset. Don't operate in a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset does not see growth. A fixed mindset does not see challenges. A fixed mindset see challenges, doesn't see growth, doesn't see development. So as a woman administrator, we must be positive in our attitude to innovations and technology. In this age and time that we are in this 21st century, technology powers everything that revolves around our businesses and our organization. And if we are the aims of our fear, what we need to do is to maintain a positive attitude towards this innovation as they are being unfolded. Number two is our adaptability. Being adaptable and open to change. We cannot be in the background. We cannot stay with, like, we are in the digital age and you want to operate with the analog wisdom. They cannot work together. In this digital age, we must keep, things are evolving. Operations, business processes are all almost evolving almost every day. And so you must be adaptable to change. A wise man once said, the only permanent thing in the world is what? Is change. And so we must be open to it. We must welcome it. We must embrace it. And then we must be resilient as a women administrator. Resilience in the face of challenges foster an atmosphere where innovation can thrive in spite of setback. Not how, what igbede, and you are already discouraged. We attempted it last year, it didn't work. So let's pack it aside. You're already discouraged. You don't want to embrace anything. And because it failed the last time they tried it, it cannot work. No. We must be resilient. We must face the challenges. What are we doing that is not making it to work the way it is working in organization A or in department B? We must be resilient. We must look inward. Then collaborative leadership. He said cultivating a culture of innovation and teamwork within an organization. There's no one that is an island. We are in the collaborative system. On this platform is a collaboration that brought us to this stage. The convener is collaborating within system and outside the system, internally and externally. She has gone through different stages in her field and she's collaborating. She's sourcing and outsourcing. So this is the age and time that we are in. We cannot say, just look outward. You have friends, you have connections, you have colleagues, you have asked questions to collaborate to have a better result. I'm moving to the next slide. Are we together? Am I too fast or too slow? Are we on the call with me?
Yes, you're doing great, ma.
Thank
You're
you, ma'am.
good. I think other persons on the call watching on YouTube can also put in their
Okay.
comments to let us know how you're doing. But you're doing good.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, ma'am. So we're talking about another key traits and characteristics of a woman administrator's disposition. If we must succeed in our role as human administrator, inclusive leadership, you are running a department or a unit. You are just HOD, HOU. That means it's not only you. That means you have a team. Inclusive leadership, encourage new ideas. Ask them. Sometimes the person at the lower help can be the problem solver when it comes when situations comes. He said by fostering a culture of inclusion, they can encourage collaboration, idea sharing, which are essential for innovation. That when you got to the department or got to the role as the head of unit or head of department, this is where they do it. They must do it like this. They must do it like this. No, people are they have ideas, but when you encourage inclusivity at your small meetings, somebody can pop up an idea that will help the whole unit to grow, that will announce even your unit and qualify you for an award for the year. So we must embrace inclusive leadership. It's a key trait and a characteristics if you must succeed as a woman administrator. Embrace, encourage diversity advocacy. We are people of diverse language, belief system, tradition, culture. So we must be conscious of that and advocate it. Everybody is equal. And apart from that, we have even the physically challenged because they are even saying there is marginalization. And so we must remember that while we are piloting our various units or department organizations as human administrator, empathetic. One of the characteristics of a woman administrator is empathy. A woman must be empathetic when leading your people. I could remember sometimes when I was posted to an agency, and anytime it is like 3:30, like that, 3:30, quarter to 4, I even when we are having meeting, I am trying to put myself together and dodge and sneak out to go and join the staff bus. Then I was staying in Porter. And I never knew my managing director then was actually observing. And one day she just called, asked them to call me. She called me to her office and she started like, I was thinking it's work. And I just find out that it's a private talk. And that was the day she discovered I've been staying in Alta. So how do you cope? I said, because of the staff boss, this and everything like that. Because she was apathetic. She swing into my situation. And from that time, if we have any management meeting exceeding, just flowing into exceeding the working hours, she will excuse me. And like that, presently, I'm staying in the staff quarters because of her, because she's empathetic. Understanding the needs, motivation, and perspective of others is crucial for driving innovation. If you want the best out of your team, if you want the best, you must swing into there. Not necessarily that they will take it for granted or they will take it to their advantage. No, but we must empathize as women administrators. Then we must be given to personal development. You can't be at the ends of affair and we are operating in the 18th century. We must give ourselves to personal development, investing in oneself. It is fundamental to enhancing our disposition. So when they bring an idea, okay, we are launching this attendance management system, Mrs. This, come and see to this. You should not be afraid. It's something that is doable, simple as ABC. And it's just a matter of some Google tips away and research and get things rolling. We must invest in ourselves as human administrator in order to enhance our individual effectiveness and also pave the way for greater gender equality and empowerment in our leadership role. Then our emotional intelligence. Yes, they say it is known for a woman to be emotional. Even as long as we are, as long as that even we are emotional being, then we have control over it. We have control, we can take control, we can take charge. Though it is one key to our personal and professional success. So we must take guard of our emotional intelligence and also allow our teams, understanding our team's dynamics, understanding people and their emotions, their weaknesses, their strengths, then in order to further foster innovation. I move to the next slide. It says strategies and best practices for women administrators to enhance their disposition and inclusion. What are we saying? The strategies for us to enhance ourselves, our disposition. We must give ourselves to continual learning. We must not stay with the knowledge of yesterday or 2020. When the new, when the COVID-19 came, nobody knew that we could work like this as we are doing right now. Every meeting was, you have to travel. Every meeting, you have to travel. Every training, you have to go. But when COVID-19 came, we adopted the new normal. And things are still evolving. Imagine opportunities in technology, innovation and technology now. Some people are afraid, but we don't need to be afraid. Automation is coming. AI is coming. So we must give ourselves to continuous learning. Engaging in ongoing professional development to expand knowledge and skill in fostering innovation. To earn more, you learn more. Leverage on online LMS like Coursera, Udemy. They are free platforms. I don't have the money, I don't have the dollar. Is no excuse. They are free platform. Me as an individual here, I have taken courses on Coursera, on Udemy, on LinkedIn, free of charge. Somebody asked me, how did you take courses on Coursera? I said, when you see enroll, beside it, they give you a privilege of financial aid available. So once you click that, you are requesting for applying for scholarship, and they give it to you free of charge. So we must give ourselves to continuous learning, whether in admin, whether in the business processes that we are in whatever field that you are in. For me, in technology, I cannot afford. It's like studying or continuous learning has been an addiction for me. I can come back from the office, I'm restless if I'm not on the system doing something. So we must give ourselves to continuous learning. Then cultural sensitivity, embracing cultural diversity and integrating varied perspective to drive inclusion and creativity. Yes, a lot of people around us. We have diverse culture, diverse language, tradition, belief, customs, but we must strive to bring our unity, which is our office, together. We must come together, integrate ideas, share ideas, collaborate to foster innovation, network building. I say it again. We're on this platform for network building. You cannot be a woman administrator like I'm in Lagos State. I am an IT person and I just want to stay within that system. Even when I'm growing, I'm not growing. No, they are collaboration. The women texter that I belong to, I have collaborated with somebody in Uganda. I have collaborated with somebody in Kenya. I've collaborated with somebody in Ghana, because that organization has a vision of empowering women with digital skill and in Africa, and they have bring everybody together. We did one project, two Ghanaians were part of my team. because of network building. You share idea, developing strong network. There are communities now. You can see even in recent time, WhatsApp give you the privilege of creating your own community. You can start building network. You can start your idea sharing like that. This platform is a community and it's spanning. We're on YouTube, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook as Administrators Hub. It is part of network building, developing strong networks and collaborations to enhance innovative capability and impact within organization. It's an agile system, iteration. You are not the custodian of the whole idea. You want to do the work of an auditor, you want to do the work of accountant, you want to do the work. No, everything is done iteratively now, especially in this tech world. Is recently I discovered that there are tools that people are using. When you do business analysis and Scrum Master, you'll be able to understand things like this. They'll say is they are using agile method, Scrum method, iterative method, this and everything like that. They are just language. It's just breaking the process, breaking the operation into chunks and being handled by different people. We have product manager on the network. We have the product owner. We have the product designer. We have the this designer. We have the software developer. So everybody is doing their bits, and somebody is just the scrum master is just managing everybody together. So we must build network. And so, are we together? Am I too fast?
We're good. We're learning.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. So, the role of human administrator in fostering innovation and inclusion. He said the role of a woman administrator is multifaceted and significant. Women administrators play a crucial role in driving innovation and technology. Their unique disposition towards this field can greatly impact emerging opportunities and inclusivity within the organization. Here are a few of their role. The role of empowerment. You must give room to your team members. You must empower them. Like we are now on this platform is a platform for empowering women, empowering us as administrators. We learn once in a month. This is a gold mine. I want to put my hands together for the convener because we must keep developing. We must keep growing. And so even in our team, in our little teams, it might be team of 5 as head of unit, team of 2, team of 3, we must empower them, give them a platform to grow. Give them a platform to grow, nurturing innovation. Bring things that you have learned about. Like I tell people, I challenge my colleagues in the office, I challenge my friends. There are things you can do. Even especially for the woman, I think I have people around me with women textile. And I said, there's this boot camp, you can be part of it. You can learn web development, you can learn this thing, you can learn that. My junior in the office, I will tell you, even as an accountant, you can do this. There's this opportunity. I've seen legal person, I've seen a lawyer, I've seen a pharmacist learning this. You too can be part of it. All it costs you is data and your time. So we must empower our team because we must nurture that culture of innovation. We must allow them to be open to this emerging opportunity that is coming. Times are evolving, and so we cannot leave our team the way we met them. Equal access. Promoting equal access. Inclusivity in tech involves ensuring that everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, has the opportunity to participate and benefit from technology. A lot of emerging opportunity. In recent time, this emerging opportunity, freelancing, is taking space, is taking the lead in the workspace now. Everybody, you think everything when you go to Instagram, you are seeing promoting virtual assistants. You can make them learn that. so that anywhere in the world they are, if they are not in the office, they'll be able to operate effectively. They'll be able to do things without cloud computing. Save your this thing in the cloud, your documents, your everything. So anywhere in the world, if you travel out and they say, Mr. Lagbaja is not, Mrs. Lagbaja is not in the office, they will say, no problem, she will attend to the issue. Just give her a chat. That is where technology has taken us. So we must promote this equal access. Everybody, once they see that they have a sense of belonging, they will equally do well. Then mentoring them. I am on this platform because Auntie Funke is my mentor. She's mentoring me. She holds me by the hand. She wants me to be an administrator, a professional administrator. So that's why I am on this call. So that is on a lighter note. He said they often serve as mentors and role models, guiding and inspiring the next generation of innovative leaders. We must mentor the next generation. We must encourage those coming behind us that this is how things are done and hold them by the hands for them to get to the next level. And these are case studies of women who are successfully, women administrator who have successfully handled their role using emerging opportunities. This is Guinea Rometty. The opening that I gave was by her. She pilots the affairs of IBM. This is a technology company. At the time she came on board, he said IBM was faced with challenges in shifting landscape of technology towards cloud computing and artificial intelligence. That is where we are now. And she was adaptive to it. So she maintained an adaptive approach. She said she led the company transformation by investing heavily in AI and cloud services. And she facilitated strategic acquisition to strengthen IBM's position in emerging technology. The outcome, her leadership, while facing the challenges, Rometty's leadership contributed to positioning IBM as a major player in enterprise-level AI and cloud computing. Yes, that is where IBM is now as a technology company, being powered, being pioneered, and piloted by Guinea Rometty. We can do it if she does it. If she did it, we can do it. Another woman is Meg Whitman. That is HP, the printer we are all using. Our printer, our scanner. This woman also pilots this agency to limelight using the Internet of Things. Now you can network your computer and every other devices in your units with one printer, and everybody is printing today because a woman took the challenge. I move to the next slide so I won't bore us. Ruth Porati. This is Alphabet Incorporated. I don't know, maybe all of us, we are just discovering that Google is Alphabet Incorporation. That's Google. Was facing scrutiny for its spending habits and needed financial discipline and strategic focus. So she used her area of discipline to implement financial discipline. And today, this allowed for more efficient resource allocation in Google, in spite of the challenges she might face as a woman. Then Sheryl Sandberg, Facebook, now Meta. Facebook faced challenges related to user privacy concerns and the need to diversify its revenue stream. As the Chief Operating Officer of Facebook, that's the COO, she played a pivotal role in the company's adaptation. She led initiatives to diversify revenue streams through advertising innovations and the acquisition of Instagram. And today, Facebook Meta is still standing. In our role, in carrying out our role as women administrator, there will be challenges. There'll be barriers, but we must keep at it. We must confront it. We cannot run away. That's why we say we must be resilient. We must be adaptive. So the gender bias, why we are here, the inclusion. Men, naturally, when they see women at the ends of affair, they feel like, what can she do? What does she have? This is the time for us to now begin to express what we have loaded within. Gender bias will be there, but don't be frightened. Don't be threatened. Don't run back because of that. We must overcome gender bias and stereotype to gain recognition for our innovative contributions. We cannot afford to say gender bias will go. We will be confronted with it each time we are in a leadership role. But that should not scare us in attaining our leadership role, in carrying out our duty as human administrator. It's a lack of representation. Yes, especially in the political realm sector, there's lack of representation of women. And then in technology, I could remember when I was in school for engineering, I think we have 10 female students in my, yes, in my sets. The set before me, they have just 2 of them. There is lack of representation. But I want to tell you, with the inclusion, with the emergence of various organizations, there's a lot that we can do. There is a lot that we can do to empower women to take up leadership role, to go into tech without having without being afraid. Tech is not only meant for men. The tech that we are even having today is simplified. Is much simplified. The tech that we have is not difficult for anybody to go into. A woman can do it, a man can do, and we can even do better. So lack of representation, we must start encouraging our female, our girls. There's this community drive that's women textile. We just started this month, and we go to schools to inspire our girls. We call it Tech Girls Drive. We go to schools, to religious bodies, to encourage the girls, the women, the young adults, the young female adults, to encourage them to take tech role, to take STEM. That is the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics courses, because there are emerging opportunity that is coming up, and so we cannot afford to run back. Then work-life balance. The woman, ma to say be, o ma tọ́jú ọmọ, everything together. Pardon me, I'm speaking my local dialect. So sorry about that. Yes, a woman is cumbered with a lot of activities. Womanhood, motherhood is there. The marriage concern is there. And then the work life too is there. Navigating the challenges of balancing innovative leadership role with personal and family commitments. We must work out a balance for ourselves, even in our leadership role as administrator, woman administrator. We must find a balance, set our times, put if you want to use the task manager, there are a lot of virtual tools for you to use. If you want to plan you have a time planner and things like that, so you can maintain a healthy work-life balance and emerging opportunities. This is where I want to encourage us. Yes, we are women administrators, but there are a lot of emerging opportunities. A lot of us as human administrator here on this call, maybe you are an admin, you are an auditor, there are a lot of emerging opportunity. The Scrum Master, this business analysis and Scrum Master, A whole lot of us can do it. It's something we've been doing. It's only some tech terms and jargons that are just coming up. A lot of us do meetings. They call something stand-up meetings. It's just stand-up meeting is just like tell us where we are, how far you've gone, what is the next thing to do. And it doesn't take them within 30 minutes, they are done with a stand-up meeting. Those are the terms that are in. They'll just tell you agile method, scrum method, this and those are the things. A lot of us are doing it. Somebody that is doing it that I know that we did the business analysis together said, as an admin officer, she didn't know that these are the things they are even talking about, and these are the things I do. I ask my team, do this, do this. Okay, brief us. Where are we? Where did we stop last week? What is the next step to take? What is the next stage we are going to? Things like that. There are lots of emerging opportunities that I want to encourage us to vie into as women administrators. Don't run away from them. AI has come with us, has come to stay with us. Artificial intelligence cannot face human intelligence out, but we must use this tool to enhance our improve productivity. Cybersecurity is there. We can do it. Machine learning, product management, software development, data analysis, science and analysis is there. The Internet of Things, a whole lot of businesses are going on with this. Renewable energy, we are all using cooking gas in order to have a safe environment. There are a lot of other businesses, other opportunities in that field as well. So I want to encourage us, look inward, search within yourself where your interest lies and dive into it. And if you have any interest in any of this and you don't know how to go about it, I am available to counsel, to encourage you as well. So in conclusion, am I within my time, Ma?
Yes, I actually just sent you a message about 2 minutes ago that you had only five
Okay,
minutes more. So
okay,
you're good.
okay,
Just 5 more minutes.
okay,
Well done. I didn't want to stop you because
okay,
I'm also enjoying every bit of this.
okay, Ma. Okay, Ma. In conclusion, women administrators play a pivotal role in steering organizations towards innovative and inclusive practices. Their unique disposition towards technology not only open doors to imagine opportunity, but also ensure that these advancement benefits everyone. As we embrace the future, recognizing and supporting the contributions of women administrators, we undoubtedly lead to more resilient, creative, and inclusive organization. And I want to close with this closing remark or quote. He said, empowered women empower the world. Stand tall. I'm talking to us as women. Said, speak boldly, unleash your limitless potential. You are the architects of change, the champions of progress, and the embodiment of strength. Embrace your brilliance, inspire others, and let your light illuminate the path to a brighter tomorrow. Thank you.
Wow. I'm sure that those of us on the StreamYard can put our hands together for Mrs. Olabode. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for challenging us this afternoon, for inspiring us, for sharing with us the things that you do, and even making yourself available to persons who on this call who will want to be counseled or to be guided on the way forward. Thank you so much, Ma, for pouring yourself out to us this afternoon. In the course of talking, I gleaned quite a number of things, and I'm sure that most of them are on the call, I mean, on the comment section. And I want to believe that all of us will go back, since we can watch this after now, we all go back there and begin to ruminate on all of those things. If you must experience innovation, you must be positive and ready to embrace change. To experience innovation, be ready to change and be adaptable to change. Be resilient, face the challenges that you are confronted with. No man is an island. Collaborate. You can't do it alone. When we collaborate, we have robust outcomes. Practice inclusive leadership. Share your leadership platforms with other females. Take them by the hands, let them grow. Allow everyone on your team to bring their knowledge to the table. Encourage diversity, advocacy. Be empathetic. Women should raise other women. We should stop allowing them people to say that we are our own problems. We are not our own problems. Then we should embrace capacity building. We must be emotionally intelligent. We should also be able to, and then if we want, I like that part. She said, if you want to earn more, learn more. Something sparked in my head when I heard that. If you want to earn more, learn more. As women, we can learn much, we can earn much more. So it means that we need to learn more, be open to capacity building, inclusivity, practice inclusivity, develop strong networks, empower your team members, give them a platform to grow, and so on and so forth. Thank you so much, Mrs. Olabode, for taking us through all of this afternoon. I'm sure that, and then she also said to us that we should not run away from barriers that we are confronted with. Rather, we should confront them and overturn those barriers. We should be ready to tread where others will not dare. We are not disadvantaged because we are women. Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone that's put one comment or the other on the call this afternoon. It's been a great time listening to Ms. Olabode, and I can, yes, if you want to earn more, learn more. I really like that part. And after now, you can be sure I'll be seeing Mrs. Olabode in the corner so that I can learn more, so I can earn more. Thank you so much. Before we even got here, she complained about her internet. Yes, and then she sent a message again saying that it's our internet again, but I'm sure that she will join us again. Thank you so much, Ms. Olabode. Please, if you have any question for her, she's back. If you have any question for her, please put it on the comment section, and we'll see how we can take it before we leave. Next this afternoon, we have with us Dr. Mercy Agumadu, who likes to be called Dr. Mercy. She's our second facilitator, yet another woman who has broken the glass ceiling. When I read her profile, you understand what I mean. And she'll be talking to us about valuing up in the next 30 minutes. Let me quickly read her profile to us this afternoon. Dr. Mercy, as she loves to be called, is a chartered administrator with over 14 years of professional administrative experience in the education sector. She's also a gender and decision-making expert. Young Mercy earned her first degree in economics from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. Her second degree was in business administration from Lagos State University, Ojo, and her doctorate degree in business administration from Covenant University, specializing in entrepreneurship and strategic management. Mercy is a fellow of Chartered Institute of Administration, a fellow of Institute of Personal Management Administration, a member of Association of Nigerian University Professional Administrators, a member of the Academy of Management Nigeria, amongst other professional bodies. She currently serves as the Pioneer Registrar of Hillside University of Science and Technology, Okemesi, Ekiti, Nigeria. Mercy has published several articles in high-impact journals and conferences proceedings, and she's currently writing her first book. She loves to read, she sings and travels. She's a devout Christian and a philanthropist. Ladies and gentlemen on the call this afternoon, can we make welcome Dr. Mercy, as she loves to be called, as we put our hands together for her. Let's put our hands together for Dr. Mercy. Thank you so much for taking time out of your very, very busy schedule to be with us today. I'm sure that you have that part of our intro that says that she's the Pioneer Registrar of Hillside University, and we understand what pioneering work is all about. It means that she has really taken time out, of her very busy schedule. We welcome you as we, cross our fingers, and then put our hands on our chin like Ms. Olabode has done, and then listen, and you bring value to us this afternoon. Over to you, Dr. Mercy. You have the mic.
All right, thank you very much, Ma. I really appreciate this opportunity to be speaking this afternoon. I want to confirm if I'm being heard.
Yes, you are being heard.
Okay, thank you so much. I apologize for my picture. I'm a very dark lady, and I'm proud of it. So just flow along with the color of my teeth, which is white, so that you can see my lip movement. I have tried to work on the lights, but it's very fantastic right now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ma, for, let me say again, for giving me this opportunity to speak. And for me, speaking is not just about the number of people who will listen, but the impact that it will make on that one person, just one person, and that one person impacting another, and then getting to move it around, and then the whole world get to have it. That's my major aim while speaking. All right, let's go into the topic, valuing up. Permit me to open. I don't know if my slides is not moving. I don't know why, because I'm trying to also watch from the side. Okay,
I
but
think
I'll
I can
just,
see your
okay,
slide. Things to note.
okay. Yes, yes. So permit me to shake some tables today. Please just permit me to do that, accept it like this. You can question it, yes, but just listen to it with an open mind. The first one is that the glass ceiling has been shattered. We've heard so much about glass ceiling, this thing that is hindering women from climbing up to the top leadership where they're supposed to be. That ceiling has been broken. It is glass, so it broke some few years ago because, like it was said earlier on, many women have climbed this ladder and they are sitting on boards, sitting in management levels, sitting as HODs, and they are doing fantastically well. So you can be anything you want to be. The second one is that what a woman cannot do cannot be done. I got this from my mom, and that's one of my major mantras, something that keeps me moving on. Because when we find ourselves as women in leadership position, and some men are watching to say, "Oh, let's see what she can do." I always remember the words of my mom, which is, "What a woman cannot do cannot be done." So that encourages me to keep going. And over time, I've had several breakthroughs, several successes and achievements, because I believe that for me to be there, that means I can do it. So it's like a little move away from what a man can do, a woman can do better. It's like what a woman cannot do can now not be done. And if you think about it very well, you may not agree with me, but in most cases, even when men are the one doing it, there is a woman somewhere calling the shots. That has been, the pillow talk works most of the time. So like they say, you can offend the president, but don't offend the president's wife, because if the president's wife does not like you, the president may never like you, something like that. And the third thing to note is that the woman was created because man was not enough. Of course, I'm a Christian, so I may want to lean on the story of the creation where man was made. Man needed an help, somebody to stand by him, to walk with him. He looked at all of the animals, and there was nothing that was good enough to do the job. And God had to create a woman. So if man was able to do all of the things it was meant to do on earth as God has planned, there will not be a need for a woman. And I'm saying this so that you can know that you are important. You were not an afterthought. You were here because there is a reason for you. There's an assignment that men were given, and women need to be there to help them complete it. And you're not a second fiddle also, because you are who you are. And I like the way the name was crafted. There is man in woman. The difference is that we are men with a womb. That's the womb man. So that's why we can create things. That's some of the characteristics of womanhood. You can bear things, you can create things because you have a womb that a man does not have. So that makes you special. So I'm saying this to let you know that as a woman, you are special. Pardon me, yeah. As a woman, you are special. And then the final thing to note before I move deep into the lecture is if you think you will fail, you have failed already. If you think you will lose, you have lost already. If you think you can't, then you won't be able to. It's all about the state of your mind. So these things that I want you to note is, first of all, to create a mind shift from what you think you are to who you really are as a woman. Your mindset, the state of your mind, what you think about actually determines the drive and how far you will go. So if you are given an assignment or you have something in front of you, you have a goal, and you think you will not succeed in it, you already failed because your mind have already, because you can't do these things without a positive mindset. So this is boosting you to let you know that the things that you think about, how you think, what you think, actually have a way in building who you are as a woman. Very important. This is also applicable to men, but because it's International Women's Day, that's why we are mentioning the word woman so much. Men can also gain from this. All right. So let's go valuing up. What does value mean? It's not a word that we are not used to. It's a word that we know. And value means the importance, the worth or usefulness of something or someone. The worth, how important, what's your worth, what's your usefulness. That's the meaning of value. And valuing up is the attempt to increase or improve one's importance, worth, or usefulness. So I'm here today to help you to move up at least a little bit, if not more than that, a little bit in your value, in your worth, in your usefulness, because you are not less important. You are important. You are valuable. You were created for a purpose. You came to this achieve to do something for an assignment, and there is a value that you have that was deposited inside of you. Every woman was born with a certain characteristic, certain traits, and purpose needed for her to display her uniqueness. That is why we are different in our ways. My PhD study was on the characteristics and traits and the competencies of women entrepreneurs. And I learned a lot from that because I discovered that there were some innate abilities that women were born with. Everyone was born with it. Our target is women. There are some innate abilities that women were born with. They say abinibi and ability. Abinibi yato say ability. So that abinibi, I'm a Yoruba person, I'm proud of myself. So abinibi is your traits. What that innate traits inside of you. Ability is the things that you can do. So if you understand that you have some things that came out with you as you made that first cry into the world, and you are able to work on it, it will help your ability to deliver. It will help your ability to do things. It will help your ability to achieve greater things. You see some people, they like talking. Some people, they like walking. Some people like cooking. You are wondering, how did I just like talking? How did I just like those things were deposited inside of you for a purpose, not just so that somebody can call you a talkative, just because there is an assignment that trait or characteristics that you have is meant to achieve. So all you need to do is identify these things and begin to mold yourself into that, to be able to produce or deliver on the abilities or the assignments that you were born to do. All right. The next one is, what values can you explore? There's several values that, this is not a new topic, so it's something that we know. I just want to bring to our remembrance what we already know, and just draw our attention and put just some more light. First one is tenacity. Women naturally have this tenacious ability. The first speaker mentioned something about men saying they don't want to put a woman somewhere, not just because they don't think we can do it, but because they know that when a woman gets there, we are tough on the job. We want to, the way we deliver is just different. Just take close your eyes and take a glance at all of the women leaders that can come to your mind. You see the way, even, pardon me, permit me to, even the one that stole better than men, as in the way we just do it. We have this tenacious ability to do things differently. We have this ability to persevere in the face of something that will make a man give up. A woman will still continue to keep pushing. A woman will still, even in marriage, you see some marriages, some women are just living through and they're persevering just because they have that ability is worth and usefulness. There's a need for you to understand who you are and what you stand for, because it will help to increase your worth and your usefulness. Identity crisis is one thing that many women face. As we're growing up, some of these things were born out of our background. They see you trying to wash the car, they tell you, don't wash the car. Are you a boy? Go to the kitchen, that's where you're supposed to be. Some of this, our culture, especially in Africa, have tamed and directed our mind as a woman to restrict us to a certain responsibility, certain things. Or maybe you carry screwdriver, you want to work on maybe a socket, or you want to open some, they tell you, are you a boy? You're not a boy. This is what boys do. Who told you that this is what boys should do? Some of these things, like I know how to change a door's that key, the key holder of a door. I know how to change. I had to learn it because I needed to do it one time, and one carpenter was giving me stress. I went to the market, I bought the key stuff, and I bought screwdriver, and I did the change. Of course, that would be what they say a man should do. But because I know who I am, I know that I'm not restricted to just some certain things. I understand who I am. I know that I can do it. Of course, some people don't have no, they don't have that passion for things like that. But there are some things that you discovered as you were growing up as a woman that you had passion for. But because they said you are a girl, you dropped those passion. You now focus on something that you are not even really enjoying now. So this is important for you to now sit back. I don't know, you may be 70 years old right now, but you can still correct this thing. You can still understand who are you really? What do you stand for? What are those things inside of you? It will help you to understand your worth and your usefulness. And there's also something that I want us to do. I want you to identify and write out your own core values. When you're building a company, when I teach, I lecture business administration, some courses, and when I'm teaching some courses in introduction to business and all that, I tell my students, for me to identify you as a serious business owner, I want to see your vision statement, I want to see your mission statement, I want to see your core value. Because if you don't have a vision, you don't have a mission, you don't have a core value, then what are you? You have any business in running business. Because you need to know where you are going. That's your vision. You need to know how to get there. That's your mission. And then you need to know the driving forces that will help you on your way to your destination. Those are your core values. So you want to sit down and identify your core values. What are the things that drive you? Because that will help you. That will be your major driving force. That will help you to keep focusing on where you're going. Some of us, when you study some people, you see that one of their core value is excellence. If it is not perfect and excellent, it is not good enough. It's not yet good. So, and they stand by it. So that's some of these things that we've been doing unconsciously. Some of these things that form and shape our lifestyle, and some of the successes and achievements that we have gotten over time. I want you to identify these things and write them down. It may just be 4, it may just be 5. write them down and look for the meaning and begin to work on it and let it help, drive you towards who you really are. And like I mentioned about vision and mission, it's not just for companies, it's also for you. Even you as a business owner, you should have a personal mission and vision statement or for yourself or for the quarter. I do this, I started doing this some few years ago. I didn't know all of these things also from childhood. I read books and I grew up and I began to pick some of these things along the way, and I discovered that the year that I began to, have a vision and a mission statement for the year, I achieved more. It's not just about writing goals. Of course, it's good to write goals, but there's something that should drive your goals. By October, November, I start wrapping up the current year, I do my reviews, and then I start preparing for the new year. And I look at, okay, what have I remembered one year, my focus or my mission and vision statement was focus. I discovered that I was distracted. I was trying to handle many things at the same time. I was not achieving anything really. So I decided to push myself and I said, I need to focus. So during that year, I wrote a vision and mission statement that was crafted around focus. I read books on focus. I listened to audio messages on focus. And then I began to, anytime I want to get distracted, I go back to my book. And please, you need a journal. If you don't know how to write, you need to learn how to write. There's a reason why we need to write. Get a journal. This is not in the notes that I'm sharing right now, but I just remembered you need to have it doesn't have to be a paper and a biro. It can be on your phone, on your gadget. It can be on your gadget. Get a paper and write things down. I read somewhere one study that until you are able to write down what you have learned, you don't totally know that thing. If you cannot express yourself in writing the things that you think you've learned, you don't really understand it yet. That is why there is something called an exam. Because after teaching you for like how many weeks, 14 weeks in the university, they still want you to write down what you have learned. Because that is what really gives you understanding. That's what really tells us that you really understood what, not just me asking you, did you understand? After each statement said, do you understand? You say yes. They still want to be sure that you understood it. So they need you to go through an exam where you write. So please write things down because you will need those journals one day. You will need those statements. Many a times I've gone back to my books and they've helped me, redirected me back to where I'm supposed to be, telling me what my values are and what I'm supposed to stand for. All right. I'm trying to rush. How can you improve your values? Yeah. How can you improve your values? Number one, you need to carve out a niche for yourself. You need to carve out a niche for yourself. That's why I started by addressing the identity crisis. You need to know who you are. Then what is that thing that is special about you, that is different about you, that makes you stand out and makes you, better than others in discovering or delivering on an assignment. You need to create that. You need to identify this thing and create a niche for yourself. Whether you are working in the university or in the tech world or in the health sector, there is something that you can do differently, better differently than anyone else. You need to carve it out. You need to understand it and carve it out, and you begin to work towards it. Because when people discover that, oh, there's somebody who is good with creating slides, maybe that is your niche. Whenever they need it, they will come look for you. They will come look for you. There's somebody who is good at delivering speeches. There are some people that in the company, when they need to meet the external context, they prefer to use those faces because they feel they show the face, the true face of the company. They're able to carry themselves, they're able to speak and articulate their thoughts, and anytime they have maybe those kind of meetings, they want to call you because you have carved a niche for yourself. And then you need to enjoy what you do. Many of us are working just as in it's not nice just to work just to make money. It's good to want to make money, but you need to enjoy what you do. This life is so short that suffering from 8 to 5 every day is not worth it. Because you spend most of your time at work or at your business place. The remaining little time, family time, and then you sleep all through the night. So you need to learn to enjoy what you do. Find something about what you do that you need to enjoy. And if there's a need to change your job so that you can enjoy what you do, maybe you can begin to work towards it and plan towards it. And then you need to be the best at what you do. You need to be the best. That's 2-3 things that you know how to do. Do it well. Do it well. Like the first speaker was talking about, when she was saying something about the Scrum and all of these things, the reason why they can bring all of these people from different professions together and then a Scrum Master controls them is because they are the best at what they do. Then they can pull them together. I remembered while I was still at one of the universities that I was working, and the Vice Chancellor said something I heard that I said, if it is about, if I put Agumadu on the job, I can go and sleep, give her the assignment. And somehow I just decided to be the best at that administrative role. I just chose to be the best at it and see where it has gotten me. I'm a very, very young lady. And for me to be a registrar, this is not my first pioneering work. I've pioneered at another university. As a registrar, I'm here pioneering also. And I'm a very, very young lady. It's because I chose to be the best. Somebody, I realized that helps a lot. And another thing is you need to know yourself. Know yourself. There is a limit to which you can go. As much as you want to improve your value, as much as you want to be better at what you do, you need to also understand yourself. Know your limits. Don't over push yourself. Some people have pushed themselves to death. They keep working and working and working around the clock, and they are not resting just because they are trying to impress someone. Or no, that's not. Understand yourself. Know yourself. When you know yourself, and then you're able to put yourself within that limit, people will understand that, okay, this is how far she can go, and they will trust your abilities to go that far. And then another one is lifelong learning. As in, the first speaker expressed it a lot. Go to learn, read books. I'm surprised that some people, you have not even finished reading a chapter of a book before in your life. Immediately you read the topic, you read the front, you read the back, then you just close the book and then you throw it somewhere. Or sometimes you put it under your pillow, thinking that maybe as you are dreaming, the words in the book will just teleport into your mind. No, you need to read, you need to learn. When I discovered that they were doing audio of the books that I needed to read, so instead of straining my eyes to look at the letters, I started working with audio books. I listen to the audio books. At least somebody's reading it to me and I can hear what the person is saying, and I'm learning and I'm jotting down. So that can make it easy. But don't ever stop learning. Like our Bishop David Oyedepo used to say, the day you stop learning, that's the day you start dying. And that is the truth. That is the truth. So I also want to encourage you that you need to be one step ahead. Act one step ahead, dress one step ahead, think one step ahead. That's the principle of one step ahead. That place that you're looking to become, the day it dawned on me that I can be a university registrar, I started thinking that way. I started delivering my assignment that way. I started behaving that way. I started dressing that way. I started thinking that way. I started composing myself. I started reading. I just wanted to be one step ahead. And when the opportunity came, I was ready to take it. That was not the day I started preparing to be a registrar. I started preparing so many years before, learning how to solve problems, learning how to attend to people, learning how to manage people, humans, learning how to manage documents, learning how to, as an administrator, because I know that is the job. The day it dawned on me that I can be one, before it dawned on me, I was just doing what I needed to do, carelessly doing them but when I began to know, so there's this place where you want to go, this thing, achievement you want to, that height, you know, there's right now, it may look as if I've reached the peak of my career. No, I have some plans of what I need to become. And I've started working towards it now, because I know when that opportunity comes, I'll be ready for it. So you need to be one step ahead, the principle of one step ahead. And I need to also let you know that you deserve the best. You are not a second fiddle. I've mentioned that before. And then constantly love up on yourself, celebrate yourself, be kind to yourself, build yourself. You know, you are hearing the word self, self, self. It's not selfish. It doesn't make you selfish. It makes you better. You know, you want to love upon yourself. Some of you, you walk and walk and walk. You've never bought anything for yourself from this my children, no, my children, no, my children, no. At least buy, even if it's one small earring, buy for yourself. Just buy for yourself. It helps to, because it helps to make you appreciate who you are. Because if you don't appreciate you, people will not be able to appreciate you. You need to appreciate yourself first. You need to celebrate yourself, those little wins. You need to be kind to yourself, your health, eat well, exercise well, do things well. You need to build yourself, read, study, learn. It does not make you selfish. It makes you better. It makes you better. I'm trying to rush. I don't know how many minutes I've got left. I'm trying to rush. I'm trying to check whether there's any notification of, okay, not yet. All right. So what are the things that we can do? I can't emphasize reading. You can't escape it. I'm sorry. But the truth is you have to read. Whether you are reading it from a book, or you are reading it online, or you are reading it inside a newspaper, or you are listening to somebody reading it to you. You know, there's some audio, there's some apps now that converts a book to audio. As in, you download the book and then the thing begins to read to you. And then you self-pace it. And I just want you to know that you need to, because the solution that you have, the things that you need to value up are deep inside, written inside some books. Some people have passed through these things before. You don't have to pass through it. You just need to read it, take a step ahead, and then begin to live it. There was an incident that happened some times ago when there was this issue with South Africa, and Nigerians were angry and they went to loot the shop rights in some of the states in the country. There was one thing that caught my attention. They said the bookshelves were never touched. Nobody touched the bookshelves were intact. But they took ororo, they took rice, you know, they took many things, but nobody took a book. Because as Africans or Nigerians, whoever we are, we tend to want to follow the food. We don't want to follow the books. You know, and so many secrets. Like someone also said those days, I heard that if you want to keep a secret for an African, just put it in a book. They will never find it, because we don't open our books. So but I want to encourage you today to read more, be informed. That place where you want to go, that thing you want to achieve, read about it. Read about it. I used to hear about elevator pitch, you know, where you find yourself in an elevator and then you meet someone that just interviews you in an elevator. It had happened to me before. I just bumped this person inside an elevator. Good morning, sir. I said, good morning, how are you? Oh, what's your name? Oh, you are Mercy. Okay. And he asked some few questions and I answered. I didn't know I was being interviewed. I just discovered that I was transferred from a particular office to another office to go and pioneer a new unit, you know. So, but if I was not loaded with things that I needed, all we will just be saying is, I'm fine, sir. Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir. Okay, sir. There will be no, which word, best word to use now? There will be no value in the words you speak. And you can get these things by being informed, by taking a course, by improving on yourself, by reading. Then the next thing is you need to have a focus. Identify your direction. Where are you going? It's not today. Say, when we were young, say, when I grow up, I will be a lawyer, a lawyer, a lawyer, a lawyer, I will be. Most of those children now, they are bankers. When I grow up, I will be a, where are you going really? I know you're an administrator right now, but what is your focus? What's your direction? You need to identify where you're going. And you need to find out, how do you get there? You need to know. You want to be a university registrar. What are the things that you need to know to become one? What do they do? As registrar, is it just they just go for meetings and they just sit down there and they are, you need to find out. You need to do something each day that moves you closer to your destination. Do something each day that moves you closer to your destination. But if you don't know where you're going, really, you won't even know how to get there. And then the third what to do is you need to step out. You need to volunteer. You need to sell yourself, as in, talk about what you do. It's not pride. People need to know. People need to know what you do. Talk about yourself. Let the world know what you have to offer. Some of us are not on LinkedIn. Of course, we are on WhatsApp, on Tumblr, but LinkedIn is a professional social media space where, of course, some of the things that you read there are intimidating. But your own little statement, put it there. I remembered before I had courage to start putting things on LinkedIn. It took me a while, but I just told myself, let me even try. I won't even know what the result will be if I don't even try at all. So I started with putting just one word. Sometimes I just reshare somebody else's post, and over time I began to learn how to write things, one statement, one sentence, until sometimes at night an idea will just pop up into my head and I want to just let the whole world know. Whether only 3 people who read it or liked it, it doesn't matter. But it's just there in the space. Because these days, when they want to seek you for an opportunity, they Google you first. They Google you. They want to know, what have you done? What have you been doing? Who are you? Before they even sometimes before they speak with you, they've gone to your social media world, your spaces, to see what are you posting there. That's why it's important to know what you are posting in all your social media pages. I heard of a young man who lost a job at a bank just because he had posted something negative about that same bank some few years before that time. So when he was good, he did well in the interviews. He was one of the best, but they just had to show him what he posted. So if you said this bad thing about us some few years ago, what is the evidence that you are not coming to come and just do a payback? Maybe you are trying to just infiltrate our system, So be careful what you put out there, but put yourself out there in the right way, in the right spaces. All right, let's move. Okay, some of these quotes, let me just encourage you with some of these quotes. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. I need you to know that. I need you to handle it. Let me say it again. Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. That you're trying to value up, not everybody will see it. Not everybody will appreciate it, but value up all the same. See your value, be your value, share your value. That's one of the things I just finished speaking about. Push yourself out there. See your own value by yourself. If you don't value yourself, nobody will value you. If you don't appreciate yourself, nobody will appreciate you. And if you don't know your own value, somebody will tell you your value, and it will always be less than what you're worth. If you don't know your own value, somebody will tell that you need to do on your own. And what is the assignment? It's a DIY, you do it yourself. I know that the response time to the changing of my slide is it's a bit 1 minute late. All right, but let me just say the assignment. I need you to write a citation about yourself. I need you to write a citation about yourself. Date it to 5 years from now. What am I saying? I want you to write down what you would like me or my big sister, when she's reading your citation, in 5 years' time. I did that in 2020. This is my year 4 of that particular citation. And I can bet you that all the things I wrote down that time, I've achieved most of them now. I've achieved most of them. And how did I get to know this? A boss of mine called me and said, Mercy, I want you to do this. Write a citation about yourself. Date it to 5 years' time from now. What will you want me to read about you in 5 years' time? It doesn't have to be something long. It was just something I wrote on my Google Notes. But every time I look at it, and it reminds me of what I want people to see and say about me in 5 years' time. And that cultures me and cautions me to stay within the line and focus on my direction so that I can get to what I really need to become, because I've written it down. I've written it down. So nobody's going to write this for you. You are going to write it by yourself. And I also need you to design a monthly personal growth plan. Growth is intentional. It does not fall on you like ripe purple. Growth is intentional. You need to do a monthly personal growth plan for yourself and follow it through. And the beautiful part about this, your growth plan, is that you can review it. You can evaluate yourself at every point, and you can celebrate every little win. It is you that wrote it. Nobody is monitoring. I know that some of us, you need a responsibility partner to push you. But if you are really, really interested in your own value, in increasing your worth, you won't need anybody to push you. Sometimes you have to push yourself to do these things, push yourself to do these things. And I think finally, in conclusion, I want you to be good to yourself. Don't beat yourself up over some things that you didn't achieve, some things that you didn't get to know on time. Be good to yourself. You deserve the best. And I want you to also give the best. And I want you to also go for the best. Let it just be the best, all shades of the best. Be good to yourself. You deserve the best. Give the best and go for the best. And then I want to encourage you, please don't die young. Hear it again, please don't die young. And even when you are grown and you are ready to go, please die empty. Ensure that all of the things that was deposited into you, if you cannot use all, at least let it be like 90% or 99% done. Please don't die young. I'm begging you. Take care of yourself, take care of your health. And when you're grown, you're old, and you're ready to go, please die empty. And then finally, your thoughts are powerful. They guide your life. So I want you to think possibility all the time. Think positive all the time. Think good all the time. Think big all the time. The beautiful part of this is you don't have to pay for thinking. Some of you are master warriors. I want you to turn your worry into thinking. Think positive things. Don't think it will not work. What if it does? Don't think I can't do it. What if you can? Don't think I will fail. What if you don't? So think positively. Think. Your thoughts are powerful. This is a lecture on its own. The power of the mind, the power of thoughts. It's a lecture on its own. But just the little I can push out today, I need you to think possibility. It may not look like it right now, but it will definitely get to it. You may be thinking good and something bad happens. It does not make it. Don't stop thinking good. Expect good. Think big. Expect big. Think positive. Expect positive. Think possibility. Expect possibilities. And I can assure you that you are on your way to valuing up if you are able to do all of this or even more of this. I appreciate you all. I expect to see you at the top all the time. Thank you for listening. God bless you.
Wow, wow. Aren't we blessed here this afternoon? Aren't the women in the house blessed to be on this call? Can you please put your hands together? Whether you're there on YouTube, we can have emojis of hand clap and all of that for our dear Dr. Mercy. Thank you so much. You have challenged us, you have challenged our being, you have challenged our minds this afternoon. Thank you so much for bringing so much value to this platform today. I assure you, anyone who has been here today, beginning from our own very dear Mrs. Olabode, now Dr. Mercy, you will agree with me that we have received a lot of value on this platform this afternoon. Dr. Mercy speaking to us made us to know that the glass ceiling has been broken already, and you can be all that you want to be. Nothing is stopping us. Some women have gone ahead of us. They have broken the ceiling. It's just for us to access the C-suite and occupy. And then she said, what a woman cannot do cannot be done. And I just wrote there that means resilience. It means resilience. As a woman, you're important, you are needed, You are not an afterthought. And deriving from the presentation by Dr. Mercy, one of our listeners, Fisayo Ladapo, wrote on the comment section that it's all about the state of our mind. If you think you will fail, you have failed already. If you think you will lose, you have lost already. And so we should have a mind shift, to think positively at all times. We are valuable as a woman. You're created for a purpose and with the value to bring to your world. You should understand who you are and all that you are capable of achieving. Don't underestimate yourself and do not overestimate yourself. Don't dabble into the things that you cannot handle. Understand where your limits are and build yourself to be the best, in that space where you are. Identify and write out your personal core values, your mission, your vision. You must have a direction in life. Where are you going to? As a woman, what are the things that you want to achieve? Put all of those things down and one after the other, begin to work towards them. The first thing you will see when you get into my living room, facing the door, is a big frame that was inspired in me to do about 6 years ago. And it talks about my vision. And, that has helped me a lot to birth so many things. So many times I'm coming and I'm asking myself, how much of this have you been able to achieve? How much of this have you been able to do? So have a vision, put it down and begin, and then you break it down into little achievable points, and then weekly, monthly, yearly, and begin to pursue after it. Journal, write down your thoughts, your experiences. You'll be surprised some of the things that you have written out in the past. There are sometimes I bump into some of the things I've journaled in the past, and I'll tell myself, Fola, were you the one that wrote this? What were you thinking of when you wrote this? And then I begin to appraise myself again, especially in areas where I've not walked through some of those things that I wrote down. So learn to journal your thoughts, improve your value. Just like our first speaker said, to earn more, learn more. Dr. Mercy is saying to improve your value, carve out a niche for yourself. Identify what stands you out and project it. It's not pride to spotlight yourself. That is who you are. If you don't tell your story, I say it all the time. If you don't tell your story, who will tell it? And if somebody decides to tell it, they won't tell it exactly the way it is. They will tell a story that you don't want to hear. So I'll identify what stands you out and spotlight it. She has told us, go there, go to LinkedIn as a professional. I don't think why any professional in this age and time will not have a LinkedIn platform where you posting things about yourself and the things that you do and all of that. Enjoy what you do, create a niche for yourself, be the best at what you do. Understand yourself and your limits, be one step ahead. Preparation, and then Ms. Dolabode wrote, preparation meets with opportunity. When we're not prepared, when the opportunity comes, we cannot enter into it. And I'm sure she must have put that comment there when Dr. Mercy spoke about meeting somebody in the helicopter, and then she had to make an helicopter pitch, which moved down from one place to another. If she had not been prepared, that opportunity would not have opened up, to her. You deserve the best. Build yourself, celebrate yourself, love upon yourself, be kind to yourself. And she admonished over and again, read, and read. The solution you desire is hid in a book. The solution you desire is hid in a book. And she made a quote about that. If you don't want a black man to know something, hide it in a book. But let's go out there and change that narrative. Let's go out there and change the narrative. Spotlight your strength. Sometimes volunteer. It's not always about money. Sometimes volunteer. You will be surprised at how much you will learn when you volunteer. How much you find out at the end of the day, sometimes when we volunteer, that we have actually given much more, we have received more than we have given. Be good to yourself. Do not beat yourself blue and black for some mistakes that you have made. And then she said, do not die young. Take care of yourself and give your all to the life that you live. She has said so much this afternoon, and we're so grateful to us. I don't know if there are persons on the call. I can see that persons are coming in and going out. But one thing is sure, This is live on YouTube, and from time to time, it's a reference document, or do I say a reference video that people can come to from time to time to learn. But if you're here on the call this afternoon and you have any question for any of our facilitators, we have time for us to take questions. If you have any question, can you please type it on the comments? Can you please put questions or comments, on the comment section? We will soon be wrapping up at this event today. It's been very, very interesting. It's been very educative, very resourceful. I don't know if we have anybody who is typing a question, who is typing a suggestion, an appreciation. We'll just wait 1 minute, and if we don't have, we begin to draw the curtain on this meeting. Okay. I do not think that anyone on the call has any question for us this afternoon. It is on this note that I want to deeply appreciate our facilitators, Mrs. Olaide Olabode, the tech star, and Dr. Mercy, as she loves to be called, the administrator. I'm sure that you agree with me that these are women of value, and they have brought so much value to us on this platform this afternoon. Thank you so much for pouring yourself out to us. Thank you for encouraging us as women to be the best that we can be. Thank you for sharing with us the nuggets that I've worked with for you, the nuggets that you are still working with, the nuggets that are making you better people, the nuggets that are helping you to soar and become the best. Thank you for sharing it, all these nuggets with us this afternoon. We deeply appreciate you, and I want to believe that when next we call on you to come and speak to us, you will be there again for us. Can I get that assurance from our facilitators that they will be there for us again whenever we call on them?
Thumb up. So ready.
Thumbs up.
Yes, we will. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time here this afternoon. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. And for all those who have been with us on the call, persons who have come in and gone out, persons who are right here now, I want to say a big thank you to you. For those who have been listening to us, to this recording after now, we also say a big thank you to you. Now, April for us at the Administrators Hub is going to be very, very important. The month of April is the Professional Administrators Month, and there is an entire week that is that's separated to celebrate administrators. We'll be coming up with our plans on the platform, that is the Administrators Hub platform, and we'll be sharing it with the world as the time goes by. We hope to see you next month when we celebrate. We may have more than one day of activity. We hope to see you next month when we celebrate the Administrative Professionals Day. Thank you, and God bless you. Thank you so much for being here today. Cheers and blessings.